Imagine the most powerful man in the world. He commands armies. He rules an empire. He answers to no one. Anything he desires, he can have. And late at night, in his tent on the edge of a war, he picks up a journal and writes not orders, not boasts, but quiet reminders to himself to stay calm, to be patient, to do the right thing, to remember that he too will die. That man was a Roman emperor, and he never meant for anyone to read these private notes. They were his own tool for staying sane, humble, and good in a position that destroys most people. 2000 years later, his journal is one of the most treasured guides to living ever written, because the struggles he wrestled with at the height of power, anger, anxiety, ego, mortality are exactly the struggles we still face, and the wisdom he used to master himself still works. This is the heart of this book, the private journal of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a devoted student of the philosophy known as Stoicism. Stoicism is not about being cold or emotionless, as the word has come to suggest. It is a practical philosophy for living well. It is built on a single powerful distinction. Some things are within your control, and most things are not. Wisdom lies in focusing entirely on the first and accepting the second with grace. His core claim is this: you cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. Your peace and your character do not depend on events, on other people, or on fortune. They depend on your own judgments and your own conduct. Master your inner world, accept the outer world as it comes, and live with virtue, and you can be steady and good no matter what life throws at you. The first idea is the foundation of the whole philosophy. Direct your energy only to what is within your power. Marcus reminds himself that he cannot control external events, other people's actions, his reputation, or the turns of fortune. What he can control is his own thoughts, his own choices, his own responses. To waste worry and emotion on what lies outside your power is to guarantee frustration. When something goes wrong, the first question becomes, is this within my control? If it is not, you accept it and stop tormenting yourself. If it is, you act. So train yourself to draw this line. Release your grip on outcomes you cannot command, and pour your effort into your own conduct and choices. The person who masters this stops being a slave to circumstance and becomes steady in any storm. The second idea cuts to the root of suffering. It is not things that upset you, but your opinions about them. Marcus observes that events themselves are neutral. It is the judgment we add, this is terrible, this should not be, that creates our distress. Two people face the same setback. One is destroyed by it, the other handles it calmly. The event was identical. The difference was the interpretation. This means much of your suffering is self-created. And that is good news, because while you cannot always change events, you can change your judgments. So when you feel disturbed, look not at the situation but at your opinion of it. Remove the dramatic verdict you have stacked on top of the plain fact, and the disturbance often dissolves. You have the power to decide what a thing means to you. Choose judgments that keep you steady and clear rather than ones that wound you. The third idea transforms how you see hardship. Obstacles are not just things to endure. They are the very material your character is built from. Marcus reframes adversity as opportunity. Every difficulty is a chance to practice a virtue. An insult is a chance to practice patience. A loss is a chance to practice courage. What blocks your path becomes the path itself, the place where strength is forged. This means setbacks are not interruptions to a good life. They are part of it, the training ground where wisdom and resilience are developed. A life without any obstacles would build no strength at all. So when adversity comes, ask what virtue this moment is calling for. The fire that would consume a weak character becomes fuel for a strong one. The fourth idea sounds grim but is strangely liberating. Keep your own mortality in view. Marcus reminds himself that life is short and death is certain. Not to depress himself, but to sharpen his sense of what matters. When you remember that your time is limited, the trivial things, petty grievances, status games, endless worry lose their grip, and the things that truly matter come into focus. This awareness is a cure for procrastination and for wasting life on the unimportant. If you might not have tomorrow, then today actually counts. So let the thought of your own mortality be a quiet companion, not a source of dread but of clarity. Remembering death is one of the most powerful ways to fully and wisely live. The fifth idea is the moral center of it all. The only thing truly good is your own good character. Marcus holds that external things, wealth, status, pleasure, even health are not good or bad in themselves. They come and go, and they are largely outside your control. The one thing that is unconditionally good and entirely within your power is your own virtue, acting with wisdom, justice, courage, and self-discipline. This means the goal of life is not to accumulate possessions or impress others, but to be a good person in conduct and character. So measure your life not by what you have gained or how you are seen, but by how you have acted. That is the real wealth, the only success that fortune cannot reverse. The sixth idea is about making peace with reality. Accept what comes and flow with the nature of things. Marcus sees the universe as an interconnected whole, governed by nature of which each of us is a small part. Much of what happens is simply the unfolding of that larger order, and resisting it is futile. To rage against what has already happened is to fight reality and lose. So he practices acceptance, not passive resignation, but a calm willingness to meet events as they are. He even speaks of loving one's fate, embracing what happens rather than wishing it were otherwise. This acceptance brings deep peace. When you stop demanding that the world be different from what it is, you free your energy to respond wisely to what actually is. The seventh idea is a practical discipline for daily life. Concern yourself with your own actions, not with the failings of others. Marcus notices how much time and peace we lose obsessing over what other people do wrong. Their rudeness, their dishonesty, their faults. He reminds himself that he cannot control other people, only himself, and that judging and resenting them mainly poisons his own mind. Instead, he turns his attention inward. Am I acting rightly? Where do I fall short? He counsels meeting others' faults with understanding, recognizing that people often do wrong out of ignorance. So stop running an endless audit of everyone else's behavior. Focus that energy on your own conduct. Be patient with others' shortcomings and rigorous with your own. Before we talk about using this, 3 hard truths. The first, most of your suffering is added by your own judgments. The event is often neutral. Mistaking your opinion for the fact keeps you wounded. The second, chasing external things for your worth is building on sand. Wealth, status, and approval come and go and lie outside your control. Only your own character is truly yours. The third, obsessing over what you cannot control is a guaranteed path to misery. Pour your energy there and you exhaust yourself changing nothing. So how do you live like this in a modern chaotic life? Start each challenge by drawing the line. Ask, is this within my control? If not, work on accepting it. If it is, act and let the rest go. When you feel upset, examine your judgment, not just the situation. Strip away the dramatic story and deal with the plain fact. When adversity strikes, ask what virtue it is calling you to practice. Let the obstacle become your training. Keep your mortality gently in view. Measure yourself by your character rather than your possessions, and tend your own conduct instead of cataloging everyone else's faults. Here is a concrete example. Imagine someone who gets passed over for a promotion and is consumed by resentment, replaying the injustice and fuming at the people responsible. Using this philosophy, they pause. The decision is outside their control, so they stop torturing themselves over it. They notice that much of their suffering is the story rather than the bare fact. They treat it as a chance to practice patience and dignity. They focus on their own work and character, the things they actually control, rather than on blaming others. The setback does not vanish, but it stops owning them, and they meet it with a steadiness that, in time, serves them far better than bitterness ever could. First, focus only on what you control, which is your own thoughts, choices, and conduct. Everything else lies outside your power. Pour your energy into your own responses and you become steady in any storm. Second, your judgments make your suffering and your character is your only true good. Events are often neutral, so choose interpretations that keep you clear. Measure your life by your virtue, your wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control, not by possessions or applause that fortune can take away. Third, accept reality, use adversity, and mind your own conduct. Make peace with what happens and respond with good action. Treat every obstacle as material to build character. Keep your mortality in view to stay focused and tend your own behavior rather than other people's faults. Meditations, in the end, is not a polished treatise but a powerful man's honest struggle to be good and calm in a hard world. Its message endures because it is true and practical. You cannot control what happens, but you can always control how you respond. Master that, live with virtue, and accept the rest, and you find a peace that no circumstance can take from you. If you want the PDF notes used to break down this book, comment PDF below. When I see your comment, I will share the link so you can go through every key idea yourself. And tell me in the comments which book you want decoded next. Your comment might decide the next video. This is Blood, Sweat, Gold, where luxury is earned, not inherited.